From Sunday's time change, you may not have to in the near future. The U.S. Senate approving legislation today to permanently keep the country on daylight saving time. Our Brett Forrest joining us live in downtown Las Vegas. So, Brett, what would that mean for us here in Southern Nevada?
Marie, good evening. Feels like deja vu. The same argument seems to pop up every year about this time. But this year there's a little more meat to it with that bill passing the Senate. And this could become reality if the House of Representatives approves it and then President Biden signs it. So what would that look like here in Southern Nevada? Well, it would change, yes, but not as much as northern states.
In favor of what we've just done here in the Senate, and that's to pass a bill to make a daylight savings time permanent.
No more springing forward or falling back. The Sunshine Protection Act would take effect in 2023. What will that look like in Southern Nevada?
Basically just your sunrises and sunsets would be shifted an hour later. The sun and the earth still follow the same cycles, so no real change other than just how we perceive it here on Earth.
That means in the peak of winter here in Las Vegas, earliest sunset goes from 4:30 p.m. to 5:30, earliest sunrise from about 6:50 a.m. to 7:50. Some opponents say it's dangerous with kids going to school in the dark, but doctors say the idea has health benefits.
Losing that hour causes people to feel undue stress, their cortisol spikes, their flight and fright kicks in, they seem to be under-rested, and that's why I think we see the workplace injuries, the car accidents, the spike in blood pressure, stroke.
It's not a new idea in Nevada. A 2021 bill proposed something similar, only if California did it too. But that bill died. So where did daylight saving time originate?
Blame has been wrongly given to Benjamin Franklin, or the credit if you prefer.
Starting in 1918 as an energy-saving measure during World War I, most of the U.S. has had it in place since the 1960s.
The Senate these days often can't agree on whether water is wet, and they were able to pass this. It'll be interesting to see what the House does.
Asking News 3 viewers what they think about it, many voicing support to stop changing the clocks.
So some strong opinions on this issue. Thank you to the viewers who voted and commented on social media. So now that it's up to the House, I did reach out to Nevada's congressional representatives to hear how they might be leaning one way or the other, but I unfortunately did not hear back from them tonight.
All right, it's official. Construction is officially kicking off for a new community at the former Bonnie Springs Ranch.
It's called the Reserve at Red Rock Canyon, and it is a project that doesn't come without controversy. News 3's Lauren Clark here in studio with what the project promises.
Well, it's a little bit of everything, you guys. Residential homes, a restaurant, an amphitheater, even a hotel and a spa.
With shovels to the ground, it becomes official. Ground is broken for the Reserve at Red Rock Canyon.
The time I hiked out here, I said, how would you like to have a house out here with this view? And this was the opportunity to have a house out here with that view.
With the pristine backdrop of Red Rock Canyon, new renderings show off the designs of the home sites starting at $6.6 million. All of it at the former location of Bonnie Springs Ranch. The local site entertained families for years with a restaurant, bar, petting zoo, and other attractions. After former owner Bonnie Levinson passed in 2016, the property went up for sale. The news hitting some local Las Vegans hard, even launching a petition to protect the land by naming it a historical site. But ultimately, Clark County ended up approving a development proposal, and the land was sold.
My partner and I decided that we'd like to come out here and then turn it into something more special than it was in its tired state.
Developer Joel Lobb insists this place will still be special for families.
The Bonnie Springs Ranch, the actual public aspect of it was on less than 5 acres. And so what we've done is we've actually expanded the public aspect out to almost 14 acres.
And in those acres, plenty, he says, to see, eat, and enjoy.
We're going to have restaurants, we're going to have an event barn, event lawn, amphitheater. We're going to have a little, very small boutique hotel and spa. And then the residents of Las Vegas can literally drive less than a half an hour to come out and enjoy this property.
There are no renderings of these spaces yet, but Lobb says they could be a centerpiece for concerts or large events.
And I'm told construction on the homes will start first, and then construction on the event barn, which is slated for the end of the year. The restaurant and amphitheater comes next.
Your messages continue to pour into the Crisis in the Classroom tip line. I'm hearing your pleas and addressing them with the district. Today, we go over some of your most recent concerns.
There's no punishment. There's no discipline. It's alarming and very, very concerning. And the school district doesn't want any of us to see these videos. Please stay on the story. Something has to happen.
Violence in our schools is an ongoing issue that several viewers like Barbara, who you just heard, have been contacting the tip line about, concerned for students and staff members if something doesn't change. Viewer Phil in an email saying that he is worried about children with weapons. Quote, any kind of violent action against school staff that students and any others involved that can be witnessed by camera video or from others witnessing these events should immediately be expelled from school, no questions asked. Phil also says parents of the students involved should also be fined. Crisis in the Classroom is listening to you and recently took your concerns to the Clark County Juvenile DA Bridget Duffy. She says her office works closely with the district on addressing violence.
And then we also do outreach. So when certain schools or what we'll call a hot pocket, where there'll be certain schools in our community that maybe a lot of fights are brewing, a lot of things are happening, we will go out, we being the DA's office, along with law enforcement and juvenile justice services, to try to calm it down and talk to people.
News 3 viewer Donna says the violence is also impacting learning in the classroom.
No wonder these poor children are left behind and are not reading and stuff at the right level.
Superintendent Jesus Jara addressed the proficiency issues at a State of Schools address Friday, saying 2 out of 3 of our third graders cannot read at a proficient level.
Our first goal is to improve third grade reading scores, 7 percentage points in a year.
But is it doable with the staffing shortage the district is experiencing? Viewer Sam emailed my tip line saying that she has applied to be a teacher for the upcoming school year, but said there are hurdles, including pay. In her email, even though I have a master's in education, the district does not recognize my degree as going towards any pay increase. I will start on the pay scale as a first-year teacher with a bachelor's degree and no experience. As always, I'm listening to your concerns and taking them to those in charge. As far as our viewer comments we just heard, do you agree with Phil that parents need to be held accountable following acts of violence? Is the district doing enough to address proficiency? Contact School Tips at news3lv.com or call 702-805-0489. And this Thursday, I dig into more violence in our schools and hear from a campus security monitor about the challenges he says he faces on our school campuses.
Hi, everybody. I'm Reed Cowan from News 3 Las Vegas. We want to thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Remember, you can always see more of our videos by clicking on the video links. And also don't forget to click that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of our YouTube updates. Thanks for watching.